All right, so it's Monday, and usually we're closed on Mondays, but as you see, we got some weather around here lately. This week it has snowed twice here, which in North Carolina is quite a bit. This is the most we've gotten in a very long time. It was almost 12 inches around here. So everything has been closed, including the DMV over there. So, we had a lot of backstock to do, and I haven't been here in a few days, so I decided to come in and get a little bit of work done. Um, so we're open for a little bit today, but I don't really expect many people will show. I took this Game Boy Color in as a parts console the other day. I knew it had some corrosion on it because the battery contacts, but that's pretty much all you can see through the back, and most of the time that's all it is a little bit of corrosion there. But this thing is one of the most corroded consoles I've ever seen. It's literally all over the board. It's like every piece here has something on it. It's all down through here. It's on the front side. It is like covered in corrosion. I don't really have much hope for it. I can still use the shell, some of the parts, but like I'm gonna try to clean this thing in like the ultrasonic cleaner. And all right, so I got this ultrasonic cleaner here. I think I got this thing at Harbor Freight. Wasn't super expensive, like maybe 50 bucks or something. I used the Simple Green cleaner in there for the solution. I know a lot of people use alcohol and things like that, but that can get really expensive trying to fill this thing up with alcohol. This is much cheaper, lasts longer. I've done other circuit boards with this before. I realize it may sound crazy to drop electronics into, cleaning solution like this, but as long as you get it completely dry before you turn it back on, it should be fine. I'll also, clean it in alcohol afterwards to uh, you know, try to get off any leftover solution. So I don't know that this one will work because this is probably the worst one I've ever seen. But we just got this. This one is a little heated. It kind of preheats it a little bit. We'll just drop that thing right down in there and turn it on. Probably need to run this through a few cycles. So we'll just let it do its thing and come back here in a few minutes. Probably run it a second time, see if it comes out any cleaner. All right, here's a small but pretty solid trade here. Got a copy of the first Final Fantasy, got a Legend of Zelda, and the Adventures of Link there. A Game Genie for the Super Nintendo, and a copy of Earthbound, which is pretty nice because we sold the last copy we had at a convention a while back and haven't had one since. And then a few loose DS games here, a couple Zeldas, Metroid, and a Pokemon. All right, finished its second cycle here. So let's see what we got. Getting a little warm now. Heat. Yeah, there's still a little bit there, but wow, that came out a lot cleaner. As long as nothing's damaged, I don't know, it may be okay. Um, I'll have to kind of look at it a little closer, but what we'll do is kind of shake that off a little bit. And we're going to it's kind of hard to do with one hand here, but we'll just sort of rinse it off with this alcohol. Probably do a little bit better after I put the camera down. We'll rinse some of that cleaner off of there. I might get in there with a toothbrush and hit those couple of spots. It's still a little nasty, but then we'll let it dry. The speaker came off. Probably needed to be replaced anyway. We'll let it dry real good. Put it back together and test it and see. Fingers crossed. All right, we got a nice little amiibo collection traded in here. Don't get as many amiibos as I would like. A trickle of them here and there, so we were just about out of them. So it's nice to get a little collection here. Most of these are all Zelda, Mario, or Animal Crossing related here, but some pretty good ones in there. And then a couple of Switch games, some Xbox One, and some PS5. What are you working on here, Heather?
I have been going through these old magazines and Game Pros, Game Informers, and stuff that we've had in the back like for a year and a half.
Yeah, yeah, this stuff piles up. There's some good ones in here though. There's some,
There really are.
yeah, a lot of old Game Pro, Game Informer, some, yeah, some PlayStation magazines in here. Got our old EGMs.
Hands.
Cool ones. We'll be putting those out here soon. All right, and we also took in this Funko Pop collection here recently. I've been kind of on the fence about like just not taking these at all anymore. I know a lot of the other toy stores and stuff around us have quit taking them now. Uh, I don't know. I mean, they're still moving. Of course, they're not as popular as they once were, but they're still moving. I mean, we don't pay a lot for them, and we don't sell them for much more than like $10. So maybe that's why they're still moving here. But and we only buy like popular characters that I know people might be looking for as well. Because it seems like mostly that's the people that are still buying them are just buying them because they like the character. It's like, oh, I like Harry Potter and Snape is my favorite character. So the collector's end of it I think is dead, but there's still people who like them. So as long as they're moving, I guess we'll keep taking them. All right, so it finished drying. Got pretty much all of the corrosion off of it, and it looks pretty good now, but unfortunately it's still not firing up, which I kind of expected. This thing was in pretty rough shape, so there's got to be something that needs to be replaced. I know uh, a lot of the coating came off of these, so I'll probably replace those and do a recap on it. Not giving up on it yet, but if it doesn't work, it's okay. Kind of didn't expect it to anyway, so maybe in the next video it'll be working. And all that snow really messed us up around here, didn't it?
Golly, we got 15 inches of snow down here.
Yeah, somewhere 12 to 15, I think is what they said. Yeah, rough. We had to close 2 days, which is like the first time we've had to do that. But we have been super busy this week from that, though, right?
We have. We've kind of got our butts kicked.
Yeah. Once we were able to open again, I think people were just so like stir crazy from being in the house that they got out and like they bombarded us all week, which was nice. Made up for that. We didn't get a lot of trade-ins this week, which is kind of unusual, but
Now that you said that, though, they'll probably come in
yeah,
all week this week.
that's usually how it happens. But we are grateful for all the support everybody around here gives us. It's so awesome.
Definitely.